Hi, my name is Todd Bigelow. Thanks for stopping in. This is just a short informal video series on business topics for freelance photographers. I've been a freelancer for 30 years. I'm a contributing photographer to Contact Press Images. I'm an adjunct professor of photography and photojournalism, the founder of the Business of Photography Workshop, and most recently, the author of the Freelance Photographer's Guide to Success Business Essentials. Thanks for stopping in, and I hope you enjoy the series. Hey, everybody. We're rapidly approaching the middle of August, which means a new semester is about to start, a whole new college year, and I want to address the students out there. So new students that are going into photo school, students that are currently enrolled, I have some tips for you, and I want you to kind of pay attention to some of the things. They're going to be taken from my years of experience as an adjunct professor of photography and photojournalism, as a mentor of some young college students, and also as a parent of a young man who has since graduated grad school and is working in his profession. So I want to share a few things with you guys that I hope you'll kind of take to heart, and if you're currently in school, go ahead and apply them. Okay, so first and foremost, be aware of your classroom etiquette. They may sound so like standard that nobody should have to tell you that, but I'm still really surprised when I enter the classroom, particularly that first day or two, and I see sometimes the students that are kind of slumped in the class in their seat, kind of they kind of have that look where, it's a middle afternoon or maybe it's a middle morning class and they wish they were doing something else. That vibe you put out, it makes a real impression. So what I recommend to students is that you approach that classroom etiquette as you would like a job interview. Okay, so be respectful, sit up, show that you're paying attention, engage. So that's the next one. Engage the professor, engage your fellow students, participate in the class, show that interest. Okay. So the first two really just revolve around, how you participate in class, how you put yourself out there to others in class. Are you an interested student? Are you a go-getter? Do you really want to learn? Do you listen? Do you, speak politely to others when it's particularly like a critique or something? So as a professor and somebody that can pull some strings, perhaps, to get you internships or to put you in touch with people, or specifically in my case, I try to find jobs for my students while they're in my class. I'm going to take notice of that, and I'm going to obviously try to, reflect or give back to those that are really putting forth that effort and showing that interest. Because if I have 20 students and 12 of them clearly display a drive and interest, a real desire to go forward, I'm going to do whatever I can to help you. And if you are one of those that kind of slumps them back, doesn't show up, leaves early, leaves late, whether it's a studio class or not, we notice those things if people are coming and going. I'm probably a little less inclined to go the extra mile for you if it comes time to putting my name out there to get you an internship or something. So again, the first two things: be aware of your classroom etiquette, how you present yourself, and engage in the class, participate in the class. Okay. Third thing, get to know your professors. I've talked about this in other videos. I talk about it in my workshop. I talk about it when I speak anywhere where students are gathered. Get to know us, all right? We're there for a reason. We're there for you, okay? Especially adjuncts. I can assure you we don't make a ton of money. So I do want to give back to the profession, and I really like to find those students that have that eagerness and drive and passion that I know I had and a lot of my friends had that have gone on to work in the business. So, get to know me. If I have office hours, which I have to hold, I usually hold them in the classroom. Come early, chat. I don't care what it's about. Just talk to me about what your interests are in photography. Talk to me about where you hope to be in 5 years. Anything. Ask questions. Let's review your work. Whatever it is I can do to help you forward, I usually have an hour where I'm sitting there waiting for students to come. Along those lines, try not to wait till the last week or two of classes where you're more concerned perhaps about grading to suddenly show up and take a keen interest. Okay, it's rather transparent what your goals are at that point, and I'd rather that you drop by once or twice beginning of semester, just introduce yourself, even if it's 5 minutes. That shows me that you care about what you're doing, and I'm there to help you. So know that I would like you to stop by, and I'm sure your professors should all feel the same thing. Okay. Fourth thing, plan. Please plan. Think about your steps through the university process, through your photo program, through your photojournalism program or fine art program or studio program or whatever it is. Map out as best you can where you want to be with each progression of classes, okay? Because eventually you're going to get to that final semester or at least the final year, and you want to have some keen insight as to what skills you've gathered, hopefully at that point, so that you can take it to the next point I want to make, which is internships. So internships usually are going to come in that last semester or two, maybe even the last 3 or 4 semesters if you're good and you're really planning out and you're doing a lot of work as an undergraduate. Those internships are vital, beyond vital. I can't even stress how vital they are. I know how they will open up doors to you in the photo field. I know how they opened up doors for my son in a non-journalistic field. Okay, he did 4 internships because I implored him to begin early on. So by the time he graduated as an undergrad, he had 4 internships, and those internships clearly helped him not only get into grad school and then continue on with an internship, which was one of the first ones they got. So as an undergrad, he got an internship that he really wanted to work in a particular agency. And then as a grad student, they asked him back. And then that facilitated his networking and got him into his field. Okay, that happens in every occupation, every profession that you'll pursue. So if you can plan out, okay, where you want to be and hopefully acquire the skills necessary and the experience necessary to begin an internship program in your later years of your college experience, then you're kind of, really thinking this through, and it's going to benefit you. Okay, so absolutely get internships. At the very least one, hopefully more than one. A couple last points. Business classes, okay? So you guys know what I feel about business classes. These are essential for photography. You will almost certainly freelance at some point in your career. So it's imperative that you get some business classes. Those classes hopefully are offered as part of your photography or photojournalism program. I know there are some good schools that have incorporated those classes into their curriculum, but not enough. Clearly not enough, okay? So it might be on you to go get that information, but at the very least, ask, okay? Ask the chair of your department, ask your professor, ask your advisor, ask what you can do to get classes in entrepreneurship or, running an independent business or, very specific things like copyright and licensing that are specific to your field, okay, or client development. These are things that typically are taught in business school, but you might have to search that out. And if you're in a good photo program, they will have built a curriculum that incorporates many of those things, particularly contracts and licensing and archive management, that type of and client development. That type of information is absolutely essential for you as a photographer coming out of school. Because when you come out of school, you're probably going to go into freelancing relatively quickly, and you need to have some of those skill sets in place. Last but not least, when you're talking to your professors, or even before, so maybe you have a couple weeks before you actually start classes, do some research on the professors that teach in your department. Know what their backgrounds are. If you can't find that research on the university website, talk to them. Ask them about their own background. Ask them about their own experiences. Where did they work? How long ago were they working in the profession? Do they still have ties into the profession? Do they have, a network of people that they can reach out to on your behalf? These are legitimate questions. Not only will that information help you, particularly later as you get towards graduation and you might be seeking some help in finding an interview or getting to talk to somebody just for information that's in the professional field, but expanding that network. Your professor should be able to help you with that. And, you might be able to glean some information on where to go, which professors can help you. A little tip within that tip is the adjunct professors are usually working within the business. That's why they're adjuncts. They're not full-time tenured professors. And that's not to say the tenured professors can't help you, because they can. I'm just pointing out that the adjunct professors, which universities love to employ for this specific reason, are relevant in their field currently, timely, right? So they're usually working within their field and have current relevant, networks and information that can help you progress into the profession. Okay, so definitely talk to your professors and find out a little bit about themselves so that you might be able to, use them to help you gain entry into the field or advance in the field. Okay, so there's some tips as we begin another semester. Hopefully it'll be a good one for you. Hopefully you're back in class and can kind of get into studios and get into work with other students, because I do believe that, collaborative work not only can help you can help learn from one another, but you can draw that energy and that passion that others will have for the same thing that you're studying. Okay, so good luck. There's an upcoming workshop where I talk about a lot of this stuff. You'll see that information at the end of this video, along, of course, with my recently published book. All right, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.